Okay, hi. This is a message for Amelia Adams, who I knew in Maryland. You think you know me. You think you know my family. My father hit me with a box of Epsom salt when I moved out here in front of Frank Coe, my ex-boyfriend. That was in 2003? 2005, I find out I have breast cancer, and my father starts calling me up, harassing me about getting a real job, while I have to have a mastectomy. And I'm working full-time on sets. He's not paying my rent. The only thing he's paying is my health insurance. That's it. And when it came to the mastectomy, he paid, I think, a couple $1,000s, in bills, and that's it. My insurance covered most of it, or all of it. And he didn't come to California to hold my hand. I went through the entire process by myself. Then I'm continuing to work on sets through this whole process, and the industry liked me so much that I was working all the time. In fact, I think 2006 was probably my best year, 2007, after I had breast cancer. I worked on shows like Vegas. The very first show I worked on was The Practice. I played a reporter. That was in August of 2003. I didn't work on Grey's Anatomy until 2005. I thought I worked on the first episode, but it turns out I worked on there were a couple of episodes already on, and I came in sometime during the first season. But it was a couple weeks after I had my mastectomy. I worked on that set for 3 years. Played a nurse. All those years of watching my mother as a nurse paid off, I guess. Even though I don't have any medical training, and I really don't want to play a nurse. Didn't want to be a nurse. I'm more inclined to be Sherlock Holmes kind of characters or detective kind of characters. That's what I liked. I liked mystery. I liked police shows, cop shows. Though the kind where you solve a mystery, not the kind where there's shooting ups and violence unnecessarily, just human stories. Anyways, I was tripped on a set. I was sexually molested after having my mastectomy. A guy named Jeremy Gilbreth. He promised to take me VIP clubbing. And I'm sorry, but you live in this world where, guys can't be friends with girls, but I had lots of guy friends, and I never had anybody do this kind of thing to me. We went clubbing. We went VIP clubbing, and we didn't hang out we weren't a couple. We weren't hanging out together in the clubs like we were there on a date. At the end of the night, though, I asked him to take me back to my car. And instead, he drove me to a house in the Hollywood Hills. And his friend tried to get into bed with me, and I rejected him. I was like, I don't know who you are, and just met you tonight, and this is not happening. So I ended up on a sofa, and then Jeremy climbed in the sofa with me, saying we can just share it. And we both fell asleep. We weren't holding each other. We were not touching. He was not touching me, and it was he wasn't couldn't have his arms around me. I fell asleep. I woke up, I don't know how much time later, and his hand was down my pants, and he was violating me. I pushed him off. He fell down. He passed out. And I went back to and I fell back to sleep because I had a certain amount of alcohol to drink. Not a lot that I didn't lose control, but enough that I wasn't going anywhere, and also because, they drove me there when I didn't want to be there. I'd asked them to take me back to my car, and instead, I was stuck with them. My phone had died. I didn't have my charger with me. I had nowhere charging my phone. I don't think they had a landline. I don't remember a landline. Even if I didn't have any money to order a taxi or a cab. I just was kind of you know what? I don't know what's going to happen. I'm not going to raise a fuss. I think it was also survival instinct, too. I think I was afraid they were going to hurt me. So I ended up falling asleep. Hours later, I hear the shower running, and it's Gilbreth, and he's in the shower, and he falls down. I actually went in the shower, cut off the water, and put a blanket over him, a towel over him, because he was naked. Yeah. I could say something about this, but I'm not going. Anyways, eventually his girlfriend came and got us, and took me to my car. After that, I think I helped babysit her cats, his girlfriend's cats, at one point. No, actually, that was after. and then, or 4. And then, I kind of pulled away from Jeremy. Like, I stopped really talking to them. Because Jeremy, it seemed like every time I ran into him, he was getting more physically aggressive toward me. He was getting antagonistic. And when I told my parents what happened, my mother told me, what did I do to cause it? I didn't do anything. Not one thing. I was a very talented, very successful woman without my parents in my life. And I was beautiful. I look like crap now. Congratulations, Amelia. You think my parents are wonderful. They want me like this. Because they want to be able to show that they've saved me. They want to be able to be my saviors instead of allowing me to save myself. I had breast cancer, and then I was tripped, and I was assaulted. I was the kid in school that got the good grades, and my parents have never treated me as though I was capable of doing anything by myself. And yet I managed to achieve a lot without them in my life. I graduated law school without them in my life. They moved to Arizona in 95, the year I started law school. I went through law school without them in my life. I moved myself to California without them in my life. I worked on sets without them in my life. I have never lived in Arizona. I have never, ever lived there. I don't want to. It is not my home state. It is not where I want to be. I don't want to live in a place where there's no ocean. That is not who I am as a person. I was an incredibly talented woman, and people out here in California respected me at one point as a future actress. They respected me as someone who was capable. And you want what? To call me vulgar because I talk about being sexually assaulted? Or because I'm willing to use adult words? Because I'm not a kid anymore, Amelia. I'm not the little baby you held years ago. I grew up. And no one has the right to dictate my behavior but me. I am sick and tired of living in an America where apparently my behavior, not criminal actions, just who I am as a person, is being regulated. My religious beliefs, my political beliefs, even my dietary habits. Oh no, you can't be a vegan because your mommy and daddy think you're crazy. I was so happy and I was beautiful. For the first time in my life, I felt like I was my best self. Working in the industry, I was my best self. I was becoming my best self. Because acting gave me confidence and self-esteem. Acting gave me self-worth. Acting is what I turned to when the world felt like it was falling apart around me. I loved it. I was passionate about it, and I was good at it. And I don't care if, you can't say I need a psychologist for what? Because it's delusional for me to think that my parents did abuse me. They did. They did. What kind of a parent tells their straight-A student daughter that they're dumb and stupid and can't do anything without them? What kind of parent screams at their child, who is an 18-year-old adult, when she tells them, you messed up my taxes, I need to redo them? And instead of being like, oh, sorry, I get screamed at for an hour, and then finally my dad realizes he made a mistake and then calls me up and said, oh, I made a mistake. It's the only time in my life he apologized to me. Because my father can't be wrong about anything. I've made mistakes. I've done something stupid. I should never have probably trusted Jeremy Gilbreth. I'm living with those consequences. I'm still fighting, though, for what happened. Because life isn't about there's this concept of karma because I'm a Buddhist. But in reality, sometimes karma is bad people intentionally doing things to somebody else who doesn't deserve it. And when that happens, no Buddhist is a doormat. I'm tired of being a doormat for my parents, for Jeremy Gilbreth, for SAG-AFTRA. I'm not here to be stepped on. I'm not here to be walked on. I'm not here for strange men who I don't know, who are Christian, contacting me and saying, and as soon as I've had a series of these happen. My social media accounts do not say, I am here to be friends to strangers. I am here to associate with people who have nothing in common with me. I am here to basically not connect with people who have nothing to do with what I want to do with my life, so I can move away and be in a cage for the rest of my life and be violated for the rest of my life and pretend to love someone I don't really love, just because from your perspective, apparently, love is, I went to law school, therefore I should want to be with a lawyer. I hated law school. I quit. I didn't even really practice law. You think you know me? What is my parents saying about me? What do they think I can do with my life when I have a theater degree, a master's in performing arts management, a certificate from ADA, and the entertainment industry is the #1 export of America. It's $1 billion industry, and I'm not allowed to participate in that industry because I'm not good enough? I'm not good enough. Is that what my parents want? Do you think that's a wonderful thing for my parents to say? I'm not good enough? We're our daughter. And you know what my response to my parents is? I'm sorry, but I'm your daughter. So if I'm not good enough, what does that say about you, Mom and Dad? What does it say about you if I'm a loser? What does it say about you if I'm not allowed to make decisions for myself because you say I'm not good enough? Oh, yes. And then apparently I'm supposed to be a clone of my father. I'm supposed to be exactly like him and be interested in the same things he's in. But for heaven forbid I'm interested in something he doesn't know anything about. I know more about the entertainment industry than I do any other industry. I spent 5 years working on sets. I am probably never going to be cast by anybody ever again. But then I don't have a future if that doesn't happen. I don't have anything to look forward to. My confidence is completely shattered. I feel like crap about myself. I'm never going to feel good. And no amount of, I'm sorry, but you think that a psychologist is the solution. Psychologist isn't going to make me feel better. It's going to make me feel like I've been branded a criminal. I've been branded a violent person because you say I want to kill my parents? They want me dead. Do you understand that? They have practically said that because I will not cater to them. And will not tell them I love them when I don't anymore. I really don't. I wanted mentally healthy relationships, which means I get my toxic parents out of my life. And I wasn't here in California stalking anybody because the last thing I want is to be stuck in a sick, sadistic relationship with some Neanderthal man here in California who thinks that I'm doing things for him. I am so sorry, but I'm so tired of that. I'm tired of the Steve Missers of the world who don't tell the truth. I didn't have sex till I was in grad school because I found out I was allergic to latex the hard way. So anybody at McDaniel College who thinks I was stalking someone, please. I was rejecting them repeatedly. I rejected a lot of men. I'm actually proud of that fact. I may have not chosen the right ones when it came down to it, but I didn't want Jeremy Gilbreth. I never wanted him. Period. He violated me. I didn't want him. So I don't see myself as making a mistake there. He was in a relationship. He told me that. I told him I liked somebody, and it wasn't him. But then we live in a sick, twisted society where Christians think it must be my fault because I have a vagina. I don't want you in my life if you want me to pray. I'm not going to pray. I believe in science and I believe in rational thought. I had things I wanted to achieve with my life, and they do not include relocating from California so that I can be trapped in a cage with some guy who I'm supposed to cook, clean, and take care of. I'm not going to do your laundry. I'm not going to be vacuuming your house. I'm not going to be taking care of your kids. I'm not going to be helping them with their homework. I'm not going to be making you meals, especially those involve meat, because I'm a vegan. And I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to hang out with you. I don't want to have a conversation with you. My life is over, Amelia, as far as I'm concerned. I had all of these ideas, hundreds of them, for stories, characters. And I had been prevented from doing what I was actually made to do. Be a storyteller, be an actor. And I am always going to hate my parents for stopping me from being the best person I could be, for stopping me from being confident. I was a good person who volunteered, who helped out. But I chose how I helped people. You don't make me help people like I'm a slave. You don't dictate how I spend my time. And yeah, you know, my father's frustrated because all I do is sit now and do nothing. Because I've been sick. I look like crap right now. I shouldn't look this bad. And that's just it. America, we have such a twisted perspective. People with money can look great in their 60s or 70s, and people who don't look like crap. We're a greedy country. We really are. I don't think that I've ever had love in my life, Amelia. I've never had genuine love. I know that. I know that I've never been in a genuinely healthy, mentally healthy relationship. And I want to thank you, Amelia, for helping to make sure that that never happened. By siding with the people who were toxic to me and siding with the people who basically helped destroy my life. You think I'm slandering you. You called me vulgar for talking about what was going on in my life and how my parents made me feel. You accuse me of saying I'm going to kill my parents when my parents have said I should go kill myself because I'd be better off rather than staying in California and being in the entertainment industry because they think Californians are crazy. My mother practically said that. She's one of those people who think California are crazy people. I would not be alive right now if it wasn't for California. I certainly would look a lot worse than I do right now if it wasn't for the fact that people here understand that healthcare is not just about a pill or surgery. I wouldn't have had years of happiness without California. Because despite the sexual assault and the rape, I had a really great time here. I really loved my life. I think I would have done things a little differently now. Maybe I wouldn't have let some people in. Maybe some people I would have let in who I wish I had let in, kind of deal. I know I would have never gone out drinking with Jeremy. And I actually wouldn't have cared as much about having men in my life. Having people at all. I would have realized a lot sooner that I didn't need to go drinking with Jeremy. That I didn't need to be quick to make friends. So all the people trying to contact me, playing games, trying to get to know me, I'm sorry, it's over. I'd like to be able to sit down and read a book. I haven't been able to do that in a long time. I haven't been able to finish a book in a long time. But then that's not going to make me any money, is it? I've been convinced the only thing I'm supposed to do is something that'll make me make money, and I'm sorry, even though I'm Mensa, I can't think of anything. I mean, there are options, but I don't think they're going to help work for me. No one's going to hire me as an actress looking like this. And I don't want to live anymore looking like this, feeling like this. You think that's good, Amelia? My parents make me feel this way. My parents make me feel this way. I don't want to talk to them. I want to be back to being independent of them, free of them, safe from them. I know how to edit. I know how to do digital media. I write poetry. I do everything myself. I don't have anybody helping me with my websites. I didn't need anybody helping me. I wanted to be able to stand on my own 2 feet and do the things that I love. You think it's wonderful that I have nothing to love? That everything I love I needed to lose That my father keeps trying to make me talk to my mother, and I don't want to talk to her because nothing that matters to her matters to me. I don't rug hook. I hate it. I don't like Bible study. I'd rather read Shakespeare or Dickens. Hell, there's Sherlock Holmes books I'm never going to read now. There's so many books I'm never going to read because I've been so strung up. There's no point in me doing anything. Like, I'm so keep thinking, I need to be doing this. And I need to be fighting for my justice, not reading a book. I don't even take pictures anymore. That was another thing I did. I was a photographer. And I don't want to take pictures of weddings. Like, why do people think I want to be a wedding photographer? Oh, it's a good paycheck. It's lots of money. I'm thinking, no, I don't want to. I hate weddings. I get to see women bonded to life to some man. Or people bonded together when I don't want to be bonded to anyone. I want my freedom back. I want my autonomy back. I want this sense that I have control over my own life back. That other people aren't trying to control me and dictate me and violate me and push into my world when I don't want them. This is so disgusting. I am living in Gilead. This is Gilead, Amelia. I'm in Gilead. You think I'm vulgar. I'm not. Cursing is better than me doing what I would really like to do. Because in all honesty, you're right, I want to hurt my dad. Every time I think about it now, I just want to kick him between the legs so hard he knows what it felt like to be violated. I don't want to spend a dime of my time with him. He has wasted so much of my energy. He has caused me so much pain emotionally. He has caused me so much stress. He has made me sick and not cared. He's made me sick and not cared. He once said, I should get out of the gutter. I should get out of the gutter and into the sewer with everybody else. I was never in the gutter. I was on the sidewalk. I was on the sidewalk, dancing through rainbows. I was this very happy child. And my father needed to always knock that happiness out of me. I couldn't stand it. Mother the same way. I won an academic award and my mother would get this expression on her face like, you'd be like unhappy, miserable. Every time I was sat on a pedestal, she wanted to take me off of it. That's not love. It's not healthy. I wanted a kid. I wanted to name my kid. Oh God, Raven. I forgot. Not after the football team. After Edgar Allan Poe's best friend. The Raven. And I wanted to raise my kid to be happy. To be free. To be creative. To write poetry. Or not. Play cards or not. Find who they really were. I found out who I really am. And you want everyone to think that I'm a violent, horrible person because you're blinded by my freaking parents. I didn't belong in an institution. In 2012, Ned Vaughn and Crabtree Island putting me in an institution was an insult to women. It really was. I was leaving the meeting peacefully. I was going out the door. But then apparently actors can't be actors unless they're born into it. So guess what? I'm not going to have a child unless I know my child can be an actor and be healthy and be attractive and be strong. So I'm not going to be interested in men who don't take care of themselves, who are not physically fit, who are not intelligent, who are not close to my age. So that if I die, when I die, because I'm not going to live to be old with this disease that I have, like, someone would be there to take care of my child. I'm not interested in men who are looking I'm not looking at men who are looking for someone to take care of them. I'm not your girl. I have to take care of me. I'm sick. You're going to have to take care of me. You're going to have to baby me. You're going to have to help me because I'm sick. I have to do so much for myself just to stay healthy. I don't need the stress of a man who wants me to clean up and organize his life, because that is not who I am. My life's a mess. There are so many things. I usually do what I say that I'm going to do. And instead there are articles I never finished for Artistic Hope. Things I never finished. And I'm not the kind of person who doesn't finish stuff. I have a certificate in digital media and I wanted a certificate in film. I didn't want to go to film school. I didn't want to go past Santa Monica College. I didn't want more debt. I just wanted to get skills so I could get work. But instead, I had to be removed from Santa Monica College when I had one class left. I wanted to graduate. I wanted to finish. But I wanted to finish with a career on film and television sets because that's where the money is. And where I also felt safe and where I liked what I was doing. There's no money in theater. But then I guess I'm not going to be doing acting ever again, am I? I'm not going to have the actors in my life. From my perspective, what's the point of me even getting up in the morning if I'm not going to be able to do acting ever again? That's how important it is to me. That's how important acting is to me. I loved playing characters. I loved being in my imagination. All the things I could have done. If people had decided that acting was just pretending and I was wasting my time and wasting my life, I had stories I wanted to create and things I wanted to do. And granted, now I don't have anything I want to do because I can't achieve anything that I wanted to do. But there's not going to be new things. Because regardless, nowhere do I have it on my list, being forced into a relationship with someone who I think is pathetic, being forced into a relationship with someone I'm not attracted to, because guess what? They're Christian and believe in Jesus. That's my response. Sorry. Truth. Fuck you. I said it. F you. Because that's what you want. You want me to be effed. No love, no passion. No connection. Just a guy with a Bible. Well, I'm going to burn his Bible. You want to come in my life and you have a Bible? If you're a man, you want to do that? How about I set it on fire and curse you out with every swear word I can think of, because I'm really going to want to get violent with you. But instead, that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to tell all of your friends, the only reason I'm with you is because you have money, because my parents have made me into a whore. The only reason they want me, a man in my life, is to put me in a house, which means he has money, which means he has property, which means, guess what? He can own me. And I'm going to make damn sure all of his friends know. I don't like this man at all. I can't stand him. I hate him. I can't stand talking to him. We have nothing in common. I want to be acting again. And I don't care if you say anything that's crazy. Hell, this guy isn't giving me an orgasm. I have to give one to myself. He isn't making me feel good. He's making me feel ugly. He's making me feel pathetic. He's making me feel small. And then one day, Amelia, I will commit suicide. That is the direction my parents are pushing me in. That is the direction ABC and Disney is pushing me in. That is the direction that Ned Vaughn and Crabtree Ireland are pushing me in because they didn't believe I went to law school. So keep telling people I want to kill my parents. Because the truth is, if I don't become the person they want me to be, they want me dead.